Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today as it is day 1 of my 30 days of lockdown yoga. As of today, the UK is going into its second national lockdown. So I'm doing this partly to keep myself sane. It's going to keep me nice and busy, and I love posting content on my YouTube channel for you. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity. And hopefully it's going to keep you sane as well, so you can take a little bit of time out of your day. It's only going to be about 20 minutes or so, and dedicate it to your physical body and your mind. Today, day number 1 is a feel-good flow. So lots of my favorite flowy yoga poses that is going to kick off this month of yoga with me. So grab your mat and we will go and get started. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoy it and subscribe to stay updated. I post out, I feel like a robot, I was going to say I post out 3 new videos every week. I'm posting out a new video every single day for 30 days. Okay, my lovelies, we are going to start our class in our child's pose. So just coming to the end of your mat, stretching the arms out in front. And keep this nice and active if you can, so the elbows are lifted. Forehead resting on the mat. And we're just going to find some nice deep breaths here. Feeling the belly rising on your inhale and sinking back on your exhale. And keep this awareness on your breath as we move through this practice. That's what makes this practice one big moving meditation, one big practice of presence. On your next inhale, slowly bringing the palms of the hands together, we're going to stay in our child's pose. We're going to move this stretch a little bit more into the shoulders. So palms of the hands come together and they're just going to rest over the top of the head. Forehead can hover off the mat. You might find a deeper stretch, or it can stay resting. Just take 3 more nice deep breaths here. And slowly coming back into that child's pose again. Your next inhale is going to draw you forward into your tabletop position. Toes tuck underneath as you exhale into your first downward facing dog. So really take your time in this down dog. Especially if you're doing this class on a morning, you might be a little tighter. We're just going to walk it out. Bend into the knees and let the hips move from side to side. And slowly finding stillness in our downward facing dog. We're going to start flowing a little bit more, so sending the gaze towards the hands. Step the right foot between the hands and slowly lower all the way down to the left knee. So you can pause here if this is enough. Or press your palms together, inhale, lift up and out of the hip crease. And send your gaze up towards the thumbs, finding a nice stretch through the front of the left hip, and keep reaching up as much as you can through the fingertips and through the elbows. As you exhale, hands come down, back knee lifts, and we're going to step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen the spine, open the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms together, standing, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen the spine, open the chest. Step back to your high plank. Lowering slowly as you exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. For a round of the breath here. And then stepping left foot between the hands. Lowering down to the right knee. Again, you can pause here or press your palms together. Inhale, lift up. Send the gaze towards the thumbs and just sink down into the hips. Slowly as you exhale, hands come down, back knee lifts. We step to the top of the mat again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, palms together, standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, lengthen the spine, open the chest. Step back to your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, back into that down dog. Holding again for a round of the breath. This time on your next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. As you exhale, we're going to open the hips. Stack your right hip over the left hip. Dropping your right heel down towards your left glute. Right foot steps between the hands. We're going to lift all the way into warrior two as we inhale. We're going to pause in our warrior two. So reaching through the fingertips. You might ease off slightly as you inhale and sink down as you exhale. Flipping the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior, strong through the core. Gazing up towards that top middle finger. Exhale, come all the way down, finding your extended side angle. Right hand inside of the right foot. Shoulders stack and the gaze lifts. Maybe from here you find your half bind, or you find your full bind, opening that left shoulder and the chest towards the side of the room. Gently release that bind, right hand down, left arm lifts, and then press through that right foot as you inhale, coming straight back up into your warrior two. This time we straighten out the front leg, shift the hips back behind you and reach forward. So create as much length as you can through the underside of the body, and then exhale into our triangle pose. Shoulders are stacked again, gaze lifting. I'm going to hold here nice and strong through the core. Couple more breaths. Tensing the core as you bend into your front knee. Inhale brings you all the way back up into warrior two. And this time we're going to spin onto the back toes as we draw the left arm up in line with the ear. Both arms up in line with the ear, and we find our high lunge. Keep reaching up through the fingertips, strong through the back leg. Hold for 2 more breaths. And hands come down to the heart center. Warrior 3 from here. So see if you can shift your weight into your front foot, maybe with one push. Finding warrior 3, hips nice and square. Find your drishti. Maybe float the arms back, palms to the mat, squeezing into the triceps. Hold for 3 more breaths. And then stepping back with your left foot at 45 degrees. Right hand comes to the right hip. Inhale as a left arm lifts. Both legs straighten out. So we're basically in a warrior 1 position. but with straight legs. As we exhale, we're going to find our evolved triangle pose. So left hand either comes to the inside of the right foot, or it crosses over to the outside of the right foot. Hips are nice and square as you open up towards the side. Stack the shoulders, and then test that balance by lifting up the gaze. One more breath here. Embrace any wobbles. As you exhale, both hands come down to frame the right foot. So we're in pyramid pose. If you want to shorten the stance slightly, step that left foot a little closer in, especially if you find the heel is lifting. On an inhale, straighten out the spine, open the chest. Try and stay straight through both legs as you exhale into your full pyramid pose, folding all the way over your right leg. Bring a bend into the knee if you need to, or take your hands onto blocks. Relaxing as we hold this pose, so let the spine round at the head and the neck be nice and heavy and relaxed. And for our last little pose of the sequence, we're in standing split, so shift your weight into your right foot. Let your left leg lift behind you, hips can open up. Maybe use your right hand round the back of your right leg to draw you in a little closer. Maybe you bend into your left knee and reach up with your right hand to find your left foot if you want a little challenge. I'm gonna hold for a few breaths here. And then slow and with control, step back with your left foot. Step back with your right foot, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Hold for another round of the breath before we switch sides. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, open up the hips, drop your left heel down towards your right glute. Then placing the left foot between the hands, cartwheel all the way up on your inhale. So we're coming into warrior two again on the left side. Reaching through the fingertips, sinking the hips down and forwards. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior, strong through the core. Keep the core tense as you exhale all the way down, extended side angle. Choosing from here where you wish to take it. Maybe you find that half bind around the back or full bind underneath that left leg. Shoulders are open, so really pull your right shoulder back to open up through the chest. Gently release that bind, left hand down, right arm lifts. Press through the left foot, inhale, lifting up into your warrior two. Straightening out the front leg, shift the hips behind you, and then lean forward, find space through the underside of the body. Then exhale into your triangle pose. One more breath here, keep the core nice and strong. I know I keep saying that, but it's gonna help protect your back here. And strengthen the core. Bending into the front knee, come all the way back up on your inhale, warrior two. We're gonna spin on those back toes as you draw your arms up in line with the ears. So we should be in a nice, long, high lunge. Hold for a few breaths, find a nice stretch through the front of your right hip. And then see if you can push off the right toes, float into your warrior three, hands at the heart center. Maybe arms float back, palms open to the mat, squeezing into your triceps. And then stepping back with your right foot, 45 degrees, so it's that warrior one stance. Left hand to the hip, inhale, right arm reaches up, both legs straighten out. And exhale into your evolved triangle pose. So either right hand comes to the inside of the left foot or the outside to make it a little bit more challenging. Right shoulder draws underneath the left shoulder and the left arm lifts, gazing up towards the thumb. One more breath here. And then exhale into your pyramid pose. So both hands frame the left foot. Hips are nice and square. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. And exhale to fold. Letting the weight of your body do all of the work for you. Just keep relaxing on your exhale. And we're shifting into our last pose of this sequence. Weight onto the left foot, open up the hips. And we're in our standing splits. Maybe left hand around the back of the left leg as you exhale and draw your body in closer. And you have the option to play around with that top leg. So maybe bend the knee, reach up with the left hand to find the right foot. Gently letting go if you've got that top foot. Step back as far as you can with the right toes. Step back with the left toes, high plank. Last time, exhale slowly through chaturanga, little pause at the bottom. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to our last downward facing dog. Just hold for a couple more breaths here. Make this the best one. So really tilt your tailbone up towards the sky and press your weight down through the heels. And we're slowly coming through to seated. You can either just come down to the knees or you might want to jump to seated. So a little bend into the knees, weight into the hands, cross your ankles and land as light as you can. Well done. And then extending the legs out in front. We are going to find a straight leg forward fold, so a nice stretch for the hamstrings. If you can't touch your toes or you don't have a strap, you can take your hands underneath the backs of your knees. If you can, I want you to find your feet. Draw the toes in towards you so you get a nice stretch into your calves. And then sit up nice and tall on your inhale. Draw the shoulder blades down the back to open the chest. Maybe this is enough and you stay here, otherwise you exhale into your fold. And I like to keep my chest open because I can find sometimes if I round too much, it pulls on my lower back. So try and keep this stretch into your hamstrings. Maybe when you exhale, you can go a little bit deeper down. Just give your body a little bit of time in this pose. Just take one more deep breath here wherever you are. And slowly walk your hands all the way back in on your inhale. We're going to do one pose on our back, just to sort of neutralize the spine after that back bend. We're going to find our happy baby pose. So hug the knees in first. And depending on how your hips are feeling, you might just want to hold the front of your ankles and rest here, or the outsides of the feet and rest here. Or soles of the feet point up towards the ceiling, and we find our full happy baby pose. If you've got room, have a little rock around. Or just hold in stillness, allowing the eyes to close, let the face relax. And breathe into any tightness. And then from here, we're going to close our practice in our Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined butterfly pose. So let the soles of your feet come together. Let your legs recline. Let the hands rest onto the belly. This is our final pose. So eyes are closing. Did I say that already? Maybe I did. Close the eyes. And we're going to relax just for a minute or so, letting the energy that you've sent flowing through the body settle. So with each exhale out, just start to relax into the mat. Let any tension that you might be holding in the body melt away. Become aware of the rise of the belly on your inhale, and the fall of your belly on the exhale. Just for now, allowing that to be the only thought that's in the mind, guiding your mind back gently every time that it wanders. And now slowly just let the knees come back together. Just give them a little rock from side to side. Maybe hug them in or find any other movements. And we're slowly going to come back to seated. Just bringing the hands to the heart center. I just want you to pause for a moment and just notice whether your body feels any different after this little practice. The physical body and also the energetic body. Let these changes in both the physical body and the energy body stay with you as you leave this practice and you head off your mat. And thank yourself before you leave for taking this time out, dedicating it to both your body and your mind. And bow your head towards your heart. Namaste.